Imagine a child watching from the sidelines. The swing set just out of reach and the slide too hard to climb. Now imagine that same space transformed, every child playing together, bodies of all shapes, abilities, and senses in motion. That's the vision behind Every Body Plays, treating inclusive play not as a bonus, but as a design imperative. Public playgrounds began in the mid-19th century with Manchester and German Gardens for Children, and later with Boston's Sand Gardens, which offered safe communal places for urban youth. But for much of the last century, playground design has focused on basic accessibility, things like ramps or surface treatments, without fully addressing meaningful inclusion. Only recently has research pushed us toward deeper goals, social inclusion, richer play value, and a full participation by all children. Many studies still emphasize physical access while overlooking how belonging, interaction, and play quality matter just as much. This is about far more than play equipment. It's about who is welcomed into our shared spaces. The design question becomes, for whom do we build? Inclusive play calls us to design for a full spectrum of bodies, senses, and experiences. We move beyond removing barriers to create environments that support relationships, autonomy, sensory engagement, and playful learning as fundamental rights. This work brings together architecture, developmental psychology, disability studies, and community design. Observational research shows that when playgrounds are truly inclusive, children use them actively and socially, not from the margins. Yet literature reviews repeatedly note the same challenge. Many playgrounds labeled accessible still fall short on social inclusion and meaningful play. A major global review distilled 10 evidence-informed practices, from multi-level access and sensory elements to transfer systems and gathering nodes, and many current audit tools still focus on physical access while overlooking play value and community belonging. Harper's Playground is a standout nonprofit example. Their mission is to create playful naturescapes with storytelling where people of all ages and abilities find belonging. Their projects weave together accessible routes, transfer platforms, sensory-rich elements, art, and equipment designed for shared interaction. Recent scholarship like Applying Universal Design to Playgrounds by Wenger and his co-authors in 2025 is beginning to articulate how design can support equitable play. Caregiver research also reminds us that physical access alone is never enough. Social accessibility matters deeply. We at the BAC are excited to launch this collaborative design competition. Reimagine one canonical play equipment, a swing or a slide or similar, so it truly works inclusively, especially in Indian contexts. Teams can partner with local schools or neighborhood councils to test prototypes. We invite interdisciplinary groups, architecture, interior design, social work, disability studies, industrial design, to ground ideas in lived experiences rather than abstraction. The design prompt is to redesign one play element so children of all abilities can enjoy it. Consider, for example, how a child using a wheelchair would board, transfer, or use that equipment independently. How can the element be safer and more sensory friendly through gradients, tactile cues, surfaces, or sightlines? How will it support shared joy and multi-user interaction? What textures and colors will support orientation and sensory comfort? And how can the design be easy to assemble, maintain, and scale in Indian parks, schools, or mohallas? In India, for some precedents, look to All Ability Park in Vizag, Santom Park in Chennai, or Mindtree Park in Bengaluru's Kuban Park. Studios like Gujudi offer inspiring inclusive installations. Globally, explore frameworks like Designing Inclusive Play Experience by Lau in 2024, or projects such as the Chelsea Anderson Memorial Play Station in Vancouver, Washington. Some design ideas include a hybrid swing that allows wheelchair roll-on access alongside adaptive or modular seating, A slide with gentle pause platforms, tactile edges, visual cues, and sensory experiences along the descent. Ground level interactive panels that connect elevated play with accessible areas. Modular local material units that can be shifted and moved to be with familiar surfacing to make prototyping feasible in Indian contexts. In this fast paced moment, let's resist designing for an average child. Let's design for everybody. Let this challenge inspire swings and slides and other places that invite joy, movement, connection, free play, and dignity for all. Let's turn inclusive theory into inclusive action and let play lead the way.